Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I got the red, what do you call it, bonnet. For some reason, whenever I go to call it a bonnet, I almost say boonie, and I don't know why. I think it's because of Airsoft. It's like boonie, beanie, bonnet. Too many hats that I have to wear with a B on it. Um, yeah, I recorded an update, my phone a couple days ago, but as always, whenever I record these on my phone, I upload it from my phone to YouTube, but I always forget to do it because I just don't like doing things on my phone that aren't phone app specific, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like those things are like, well, Facebook not so much, but like Twitter, Instagram, those are meant to be like phone apps that I'm comfortable using on my phone, right? But as soon as I'm like doing YouTube or something, I don't like touchscreen. I'm more analog when it comes to my phone. I'd prefer my phone to have a physical keyboard. It's what I grew up on. It's what I'm comfortable with, and I type way more accurately and punctual with a physical keyboard. So I hate doing like descriptions and writing out a title and stuff for a video. So I think that's half the time I just don't upload it. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to give you guys a quick update. When I originally was recording this a couple of days ago, and it's still relevant now, so I'll still talk about it. But I was having a pretty like internally rough couple of days. Like I wasn't like outwardly being all sullen and depressed, but on the inside, I was a little bit sad. And I was a bit depressed, but nothing like specific. I wasn't that's the thing about depression is like nothing triggered it. Nothing. I wasn't like hyper focused on one thing that was making me sad. I was just sad. I don't know. I'm okay, and I was okay all day. I was just like, yeah. How you doing today, Chris? You okay? Like, yeah, sure. I guess. Brain doesn't work so well today, so it's just how it was today. But past couple days, I got kind of depressed because actually triggered by something, which was the fact that the weather has been for the past week or two. It's been climbing around 40 and 50, which is fucking beautiful weather. I love it so much. And like 50 degrees is so comforting. And but because of that, because the air smells so good and clean, spring's coming and stuff. Um, you can hear Dylan in the background. I think him and Jake are playing either Valheim or GTA. Um, but yeah, so with weather getting warmer, that was getting me a little bit depressed because I was getting nostalgic stuff, and I always hate to bring it up because it's so repetitive. Like if there's two constant complaints in my life, well, not complaints, but there's two constants in my life for the past couple of years. It's been the book and Sam, and but now with the whole Sam thing, I know it's been a year, and it's like get over it, whatever. But and I mostly 90% of the time now, maybe like 76% of the time I'm okay. But you get those moments with anything, with anybody in your life, or any moment in your life, anybody that has some form of trauma. And I do consider this to be one of my deeper traumas. It affects you, for years and years and years to come. So if you're annoyed by me complaining about Sam and my feelings about it and everything, then I don't know what to tell you. This is the documentation of my existence. So, but I was getting depressed because I was thinking I hate how I have to try to justify it. Like, fuck, just one of those things. I was getting depressed because uh, with the weather getting warmer and stuff, it just started bringing back a lot of nostalgia of being in Michigan and even being here, like living in Ossipee and stuff like that. Being with her and everything, and just having a lot of those just really good memories. And it just brings back a lot of good times. And with the way that the virus has kind of like fucked everything up, it makes it hard to plan and do stuff, obviously. And I think it's now 1 year later starting to hit me how like I want to go out and do stuff, but it's hard to go out and do stuff. Now with my schedule being not so annoying with work, I can actually plan to do stuff. Um, but the problem is I have nobody to do anything with, and that's what's been getting me kind of sad. Is like if I ever wanted to go just on a shopping spree, or if I wanted to go to Fun Spot or go bowling, go to the movies, I'd be like, Sam, let's go to the movies, and it'd be like I'd have a partner to go with the movies with, but like I don't have friends that I hang out with outside of work, and even the people who I would hang out with, I generally don't want to, because for me, that's like a work. That was like at the Village Kitchen, that was like a work friendship, not an outside work friendship. I know it kind of sounds bad to say. I don't think of these people any less outside of the job, but I don't see myself hanging out with most people from work outside of work. So it's kind of just felt really limiting because I don't mind going out and doing this stuff by myself, but lately, with just how isolated I am and everything, I've kind of been getting hit with a lot of that just loneliness and just like I want to go one thing I really want to do, and it might sound really stupid, but I want to just go for a walk on the street, like by buildings in a city. Like I want to go how in Michigan I could walk out of the apartment and just walk down the sidewalk and just go by people's houses, go by businesses, and just have that just like physical presence of just like I resonate and I know that there are people around me. I can pass people. There's cars going by. I can, oh, or I'm at the nickel and dime store. I'll head in there for a second. I can't do that here because it's all trees and hills and everything's so far away. In order for me to do that, I have to drive somewhere to get out and then go for a walk. Which isn't so bad. Like it's not that big a deal, but I hate the extra commitment of I need to spend the money for gas or like, dwindle my gas to eventually spend money, and I need to deal with the inconvenience of traffic, getting in the car, getting out of the car, going back to my car, driving back home and all this shit. And it's just like I just want to walk out my door and go for a walk, but where I want to walk doesn't exist around me. So that's what's been kind of like getting me depressed lately. I don't know. It's weird. I kind of want to like go to Boston or something and just walk around the city, but at the same time, I'm kind of especially with the virus and everything. And if I was to do it, I don't want to do it alone. I'd rather go with somebody. So that's why I'm actually one reason why I'm really excited for Cheyenne. She's coming back down again, in I think April 17th. I think it is. I have to check my phone. But that'll be nice because the weather will be warmer and we can actually do shit. Half the time when she was here, we were stuck inside for like all 3 days or whatever have you that she was here because it was just too fucking cold to go out and do anything. So we got bored sitting inside real fast because we kind of ran out of stuff to do. And there was a whole like other layer of anxiety behind it, but not to get into all that. But it'll just be nice when the weather's warm to go out. I can actually plan for airsoft again, so I'm optimistic for the nice weather, but I'm also just kind of depressed because I have all that nostalgia. I've been finding myself scrolling through very old Instagram posts, wanting to go back and watch old videos, but kind of keep myself away from. I almost cried my way to work today just because I started singing a song in my head that made me sad. I almost started crying on my way to work just because I'm just emotional. When the seasons change, I get emotional. Because all the memories of those particular, each season has its own basket of memories that I relish in every year, and the basket gets picked apart and swapped out with new, fresh memories. But sometimes the remnants of those will remain there for years to come, and I'll happen upon those golden nuggets of memories, and they'll either inspire me or depress me, and that's just how that goes. I know this video is already going on for 9 minutes, but if you're still here, I appreciate you. Comment boobs down below, obviously, that's what we do here. And so as far as actual updates go, I plan on streaming tomorrow. I don't know, I wanted to stream tomorrow, but at the same time, I'm thinking about going and working on the airsoft field. I need to clean that up for spring, and most of the snow should have melted out in the woods by now, or at least for the most part. So I want to go out there and clean up the airsoft field and get that ready. So I might do that for a couple hours tomorrow, come back and like I gotta shave a little bit and whatnot before I go into work at 3. And then the next day I work at 3 as well, which I plan on going to the library that morning, Friday morning. And then I don't work Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, I think I'll definitely be streaming early on in the day. Finish Dead Space, I think, is my plan. And Sunday, I kind of want to try to get everyone for airsoft, but it's kind of short notice. Today is turning Thursday. It's actually 3 in the morning. I've been staying up later the past couple nights, um, which yeah is whatever. But I finished a drawing. I just put it on the book Instagram, which is I believe at vengeancebooks is vengeance books or at vengeance books official, or it should be down in the description below. I just put up a drawing. It took me over 20 hours. I kept redrawing shit, and I'm still not happy with it, but what are you going to do? Um, Audiobook update. We're roughly 8 chapters into the audiobook right now. She's going back and fixing some pronunciation errors, um, which are errors I knew were going to happen, like Tansu. Everyone pronounces it as Tansu, and even though I don't know if it's technically correct, but I've always pronounced it as Tansu or full name Tansky. Even if it's Tansuki, I always say Tansky. I kind of abbreviate the U and the K. But she had to go back and fix like 4 chapters worth of calling her by Tansu, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but this has to be fixed. And she totally understood, so she's wonderful. I absolutely adore her, and she's doing a great job. I'm also getting some concept art done for a character that nobody's gonna, really know much about. A character, Minerva, even though that's a granted name from a different character, it's not her actual name. Her name is Melody or Eclipse. She's a character that has 3 fucking names, and they're all correct. And I'm getting concept art done for them, but the best part about it is it's not a regular human or tuffle. She is a very mutated humanoid creature that has a whole deep backstory, but I'm excited because I could never draw what I imagine it to look like, and hopefully based on the description and the sketch that I provided, this horror artist on Fiverr they're Russian, so they better be able to churn something out. So that should be done towards the end of the month. We'll see about that. It's gonna take a little bit. As far as like videos and stuff, I've been mostly chopping down streams. I haven't been recording many explicit videos. I think I'm gonna wait on recording specific series until Resident Evil comes out, because I'm gonna do a playthrough on that. So that's gonna be coming out like every day. Because I'm gonna record for like hour or 2 hour chunks and then cut it down to like 15-minute videos or however long they turn out to be. Because what I usually do with that is like what I did with Alien Isolation and like Tomb Raider and stuff, was I'd record for 1 to 2 hours in a row, depends on how long certain areas and missions would take me, and then I would just go from the beginning and edit until I hit about 10 minutes long, and then at that 10 minutes I would edit until I found a good stopping point, which would be anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes, and then I would just render that out, and that's one video. So I'd just be taking and just like cutting until it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and I take those 15-minute chunks and edit those up as their own videos. And so that's what I plan on doing with Resident Evil. But until then, as far as supplementary content goes, I have stream stuff that I'm just chopping down and uploading. And I know I haven't been streaming that much lately. That's mainly due to just I don't really know what to play. But I do have some more tier lists I want to do, relevant or not relevant, but I'm always open to suggestions. If you didn't see, I do have my Discord back open. I need to add a hyperlink down below for consistent uploads, but my Discord's back open. I made a video about that, and you can suggest videos. You can ask questions for an AMA. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tools in there for everybody to use. One thing, which we're going to record another podcast soon. I need to find a guest or 2 guests for the podcast. But we're going to talk about it on podcast. But Dylan got this is a flashlight. Dylan got his license finally, which is fantastic, so GG to him. He's got his paper license right now, but that's just such a burden off my mind, because I don't ever have to think about like, and he doesn't have to feel bad for asking about, hey, can you get me food on the way home, or can we go out and do this at some point? Like, he can just fucking go, and that's wonderful. And I'm happy for him, because he's gonna be able to enjoy the feeling of driving down the road in the middle of summer with his window down and just having the breeze hit him. Like, there's just nothing better than that. So he's finally going to get to enjoy that. So congrats to him. And I think really, I think that's really it. I'm not sure what else to talk about, as video has gone on long enough, 15 minutes. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to be optimistic and thankful every day, as much as I can, because I have been doing well, but I do have my down days, just like we all do. Just trying to find the strength to be motivated is the big thing. Trying to get that driving force. Oh, I guess one other thing for book update at the end. I usually try to say book updates for the end for people who don't care. So you can leave the video now if you want. But for book 2, I have 19 or so chapters written. I have written up to page 250, and from 250 on is all basically like blueprint draft, which, if you don't know what I mean by that, basically the blueprint is me just having chunks of paragraphs describing from a narrative perspective, not whatever written character perspective I'm in. Instead of like I, me, my, I'm describing it as characters' names, so I know who's doing what when. I'm describing it as me writing it. It doesn't make any sense if I say it like that. Anyway, so I have paragraphs and just chunks of writing describing what's happening, and basically I was just organizing the ending, because this is the ending that I'm at, and I'm just organizing it, and I'm getting all my facts straight, and I'm solidifying strings and theories, because by the time I had the ending written, from page 40 when I started and the ending I had written at that time, it's virtually the same, but so much has happened in between that's changed along the way, because I've done a lot of fixes and edits, and like, what was I thinking? How was I ever going to make this work? And then gone back and fixed stuff, and had to rework and rewrite and manipulate character motivations to get them to where they need to be, and yada yada yada. So I had to get the ending couple chapters organized, sorted, and solidified. And I have it because also I had to write out the chunk of the final fight scene, which is a fight scene that's going to be shorter, but takes place in like 3 parts. It's a 3-part fight scene that's going to be 3/4 as long as the first big fight scene, because it's not going to be drawn out. It's actually going to be not rush, but it's basically like a this is it kind of like all out, don't hold back, no build, straight to ascend, straight to power up, straight to this, no fucks given. This is where we settle everything, because it all comes down to this kind of thing. And then the end of the fight, and then the introduction of somebody else, and the implications of what's happening next. You're left with like a mystery of what was even resolved, what's going to happen. And then you have important character moment where you have a payoff for something from earlier. Actually, something that was building from like the very, very beginning. You have a payoff for that. Revelation, whatever, happiness stuff. And then you have a time jump. And then you have the actual, like, final ending bit, which leaves on kind of like a fill in the blanks on your own kind of thing. But I don't know. Anyway, so I've been working on that, and I'm taking a break from writing for the past couple of days just to get my brain in order, because I had too many other projects I had to fucking finish. Like this drawing, I've been doing this drawing for, I have like 20 hours into the drawing I just posted, and I'm still not fucking happy with it, because I'm an artist, and I'm just never satisfied. It's like it doesn't have enough going on. It's not three-dimensional. It's not three-dimensional enough, and just everything wrong with it. I'm just picking it apart, but I have to be happy with it, because otherwise I'm never gonna stop. So, yeah, book 2. I'm nearing the end of the rough draft, and then I have to start. Not have to. I get to start from the very beginning and read through and edit as I go, with the knowledge of what is going to happen solidified. I can
rework character dialogue and events, sprinkle in Easter eggs, sprinkle in foreshadowing, and get everything right. And then after that, that's the official first draft. And then I give that to anybody who wants to read it for feedback and finalize after that. So I'm hoping to be done with it, entirely done and published by at least mid to the end of summer, but who knows? I don't know what to expect for summer. So anyways, I'm gonna end it now. Sorry for rambling on. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment boobs. Comment boobs twice. Edit your comment if you already commented boobs, and edit and say boobs if you made it to the end of the video. So thank you guys again. Good night.